What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Keith back with another weekly analysis live stream. Today is Sunday, February 22nd, 2026. We're finna do our weekly analysis for the week of February 23rd through the 27th. Okay? I know we a little bit late with this stream, but it's completely fine. We're finna get into it. First thing first, y'all know what we gotta do. Get into the economic calendar. But before we do, let's just do a quick little recap of last week. Last week, we pretty much had a good week at the beginning of the week. Towards the end of the week, of course, we ended up like Thursday and Friday wasn't the best days. Ended up having a little bit of a rough end of the week, but all in all, it was a pretty decent week, regular week. Okay. Now jumping into this new week, hopefully we can get a full, clean, smooth week. And yeah, let's go on and get into it though. First thing first, going over the economic calendar. If y'all want to know what's my source for the economic calendar, I use investing.com. For my news, I put it on 3-star news only, United States only. And yeah, and that's how I find my calendar. So my calendar will look a lot shorter than most calendars, okay? It's only the high impact news listed. All right. So coming into this week, 23rd, clearly no news. High impact news scheduled for now. We don't see anything for the 23rd. We first kick off on Tuesday, February 24th, 2026. 9 a.m. we got consumer confidence at 9 a.m. And then at this is the evening, but at 6 p.m. Oh no, is it 6? 8 p.m. My bad. Sorry. 8 p.m. 8 p.m. We got Trump speaking. At least that's what the scheduled time says. It says Trump at 8 p.m. So that's clearly way after markets close. Should be pretty clean and clear for tomorrow after consumer confidence come out. I mean for Tuesday, my bad. I'm sorry, y'all. For Tuesday. Then we jump over to Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. 9:30 a.m. we have crude oil. Y'all know how I feel with crude oil. It's hit or miss. Sometimes it affects us, sometimes it really don't. Then we go into Thursday, February 26th, 2026. 7:30 a.m. we got initial jobless claims. Nice news. It is in the pre-market, so we can't really be too scared of it. Okay. And then Friday, to end the week off, February 27th, we got 7:30 PPI. And then at 8:45 we got PMI. So two nice market movers. One is pre-market, one is a little bit after the market open, 15 minutes after the market open. So definitely looking forward to Friday, seeing what it's going to end up doing. Honestly, to me, the biggest days might be really Tuesday, but like I said, that's after the close, so I probably lean towards saying Wednesday, because that's gonna happen after the close. So I say Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, then Thursday, Monday. But that is our week. We got news pretty much every day. Not nothing too crazy other than Trump speaking. Then the PMIs is the main two I'm looking at, honestly. So, all right, that's the economic calendar. Let's jump into the earnings for this week. Earnings for this week. Let's see. Monday. Really, honestly, there's nothing too much that I'm looking forward to on Monday. So it's look pretty clear on Monday when it comes to earnings. Tuesday we got Home Depot before the open. Honestly, that's the only one I can see. After the close, we got AMC, we got Kava, and got HP. Really Kava and maybe Kava the main one for Tuesday after the close. Wednesday we got before the opening we got TJ Maxx. We got really that's the only thing. Really nothing crazy for the pre-market before the open on Wednesday. Now after the close, we got Nvidia. Y'all know that's a huge market mover. Nvidia, Snowflake, Zoom. Those probably the main three. Nvidia, Snowflake, and Zoom for Wednesday. Then going into Thursday, we have before the open, nothing really. After their close, we have Dell. Really Dell main focus. And then Friday, really nothing either. So honestly, the main days for earnings is definitely Wednesday first. I'll say Wednesday, maybe Tuesday, then Thursday. Oh, my bad. Monday we got Domino's before the market open. I don't know if I know that's a common name, but I'm not sure how the earnings is. But yeah, it's go Wednesday, Tuesday, then Thursday for me for the night, like earnings rank wise. Then Friday and Monday really not that crazy for me. All right, now we're finna jump over to the charts. Let's get to it. So going into this week's SPY. Okay, so we got what? Is this the last week? I believe this is our last week. Let's see. Yep, this is our last week for February. So we can go check out the monthly calendar to see what we potentially look like we're doing. Looking at the monthly for SPY. Honestly, clear as day, indecisive. Market don't know which way it want to go. It literally can go either way. We literally sitting here basically where we opened up this month at 689. We literally sitting right there. Really could. Hey, this week can go good. End up closing green. Still be continuation. Look for a high. It can close red. If a week don't be good and we just slightly go down. Close red. It's telling us, hey, we're starting to look for a low. Either it can be a higher low, or it can lead us, to a lower low if we end up breaking this low down here eventually at 648.93. So right now it's technically, I guess you could say, not complete yet. I mean, we literally have to wait till this week pretty much end, okay, to know what the month want to do. Now going to the daily, this is where we do our analysis and everything. Well, actually, let's look at the weekly first. Weekly, we ended up closing green last week. So it did tell us, hey, we're looking to make some type of high. We got higher high, higher low, higher high. Boom, we made a lower low, but then we made a higher high. So we got lower low and a higher high. Then we made a low. We're making some type of high, okay? Some type of high. We don't know which one just yet, okay? Going to that daily, this is where we do our analysis and everything. Overall uptrend, right? Overall is an uptrend. Target is 697.84, the high. Excuse me. Our last solidified level is at 648.93. So we got a big range, about a $50 range. For the market to play around in. Now, looking at the most recent sections, pretty much consolidating, man. We pretty much consolidating like we just being range bound between 696 and 676 in this range. It look like we're starting to make our way up to the top of the range. So to go up to that 696 level, that's what it look like we're trying to do. So to me, by all means, I'm more looking being bullish right now. If we looking at support and resistance wise, like we're trying to head back up to that resistance level, like we said, up there around that 695, 696 area. Okay. Looking at the most recent candles, we end up having a higher high. Okay, higher high, low, high, lower low, downtrend. But then we came back up, made another higher high, broke downtrend. Then we came back down, made a lower low. So we literally, actually, let me make sure we made that lower low. 79, 78. Yeah, we made a lower low. So we got higher high, lower low. It's just consolidating, man. We literally consolidate. Most recent candles, we got what? Green. So it's still telling us we're looking for some type of high. We ended up closing above this daily gap. Give me 1 second. This daily gap at 689.27. We closed above it. I don't see any other gaps above that. So as long as we can build an uptrend base above 689, the 689.27 level, we should be heading back up to that 696, 697 level. Okay, really don't see nothing else above, no other daily gaps above above this level. So if we build an uptrend above it, I can see us going on up to that 696, 697 area. Okay. Now that pretty much is what we looking for this week. Is do we build that base above? Do we build that base above that 689.27 level to make it up to that, like we said, 696? If we fail and we start getting closures back inside this daily gap, back inside that 689.27 level, could see us come back down and retest 688.20. If we build a downtrend underneath 688.20, then we'll look for them shorts to come on down back to 683. Okay, something like that. Okay, so honestly, that is what we're looking for. So we're gonna drop down to that hourly. We're gonna set our drawing to it just like that. Okay, so we on the hourly, gonna go long off of uptrend above that 689.27 level. Of course, ultimate target is what? 696, possibly that all-time high. But we, like I said, we will have hourly gaps over here to the left to have to break through. Okay, to break through. So we could see first target being that 690 level, 690.30 around there to be the first target. Okay, see we can build base above there. Now, like we said, for the shorts, we will want us to be below 688, making a downtrend underneath there to take the shorts. Okay, but since we got green candles, honestly, I'm only going. This is what I'm gonna start doing because I wanna. I've been talking to a couple students and stuff, G.F.T family, and I don't really want them to be leaning more towards double bias, like looking for shorts and longs. So like I said, what I'm trying to say is, if our bias is bullish, I'm only gonna show y'all the bullish entries. Of course, if I end up scalping shorts, y'all see it on the live stream, but I want y'all to only focus on staying with just your overall initial bias. Okay, so that is what we're looking for a SPY. Like we said, we end up having a green daily candle. We only look for the longs above that 689.27 level. If we get below that 688 level, then that's where we'll start looking for them potential shorts to bring us down to like that 683.85 level. Okay, so we got alert down there for us to potentially look for them shorts. We look for them longs. Longs we above 689.27. Okay, going to QQQ. Jump over to QQQ. Delete a couple of these alerts. We definitely got to clean this QQQ one up. But it's alright. Okay. Alright, going to the monthly for QQQ. Let's remove these drawings real quick. QQQ, unlike SPY monthly, pretty indecisive. We had a doji for SPY monthly, where QQQ monthly actually looking bearish. It's got more of a body on it, compared to SPYs. So for right now, QQQ looking like, hey, it's finna close red. We're gonna make some type of low. Checking out these highs right now. This is 636.19. This one's 636.60. But we did make a higher high. So we got high, low, higher, high. So we really don't, for QQQ, for this uptrend to stand and stay whole, it can't come below this 579.99 level. Okay. If it do close red, all we will be waiting on is what, y'all? We waiting on what? The first green month. We're gonna look to take the loans right back up to the highs at 636. 30. 636.60. So say we close red here, then that next month close green, even if it's down here 600 levels, as long as it don't come take this low out, we looking for them loans to come right back to the high. Okay. But we gotta see if it's gonna close red. Like we said, we got this week to see what this month gonna end up doing. The close red, we know we're making some type of low. Is it gonna be a higher low? You know, we end up making a green and gonna make a higher high. Or is it gonna lead us to that lower low and we break this previous higher low that we had? Okay. Give me 1 second. Alright. Going to the weekly for QQQ, end up closing green just like SPY did. It did close green, so we got higher high, lower low. Then we ended up making this higher high. So we did make another higher high. But then we just made lower lows with inside this overall trend. Made lower lows. So it kind of broke our uptrend for the time being. So we got higher high with lower low. Now we just trying to see what we're gonna do because it's not a true trend. We got the higher high and the lower low. That's not an uptrend or downtrend. It's more so setting up for consolidation. Well, we did close green, so hey, we expecting us to try to move up, at least up to like this area where this resistance is at 625. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Us at least try to go back up to. Going to that daily. Yeah, this is where we do our analysis, of course. Going to that daily. Pretty much looks exactly like how SPY looked. We got green candles, all green candles sitting over here. Our target is, of course, if we're looking at overall uptrend, target, of course, is 636.60. Last solidified level is 579.99. Trying to see if this low right here at, put this magnet, this low right here at 593.34. Will this be our new higher low? Trying to figure it out. So we're gonna put a pink line there. Pink line there. We want to see if this is gonna be our new higher low. To lead us to that higher high past 636.60. Looking at the most recent sections on QQQ, it's in downtrend. We got low, high, lower low, lower high, lower low again. So really, one red daily candle without taking this high of 617.52 very well can lead us right back down to making another lower low. So for the bulls, you kind of want to just see all green candles till we go take that high at 617. Really, you just want to see all green candles, no red candles at all that you want to see. If you want to be bullish, if you do get a red candle, kind of just hoping, hey, we can get another green candle and make a higher high, then I'm really sure that we're going up to that 617 level. That's what you're looking for if you're bullish. But as of now, it's in a downtrend. You know, it's in a downtrend. The bears got control over QQQ. Honestly, for the bears, I'm thinking, hey, look for them shorts at 610. If we can reject here at this 610 level, because this is the last daily gap you have. Well, technically you got one right here, but last daily gap that I got marked up. To protect this lower high right here at 617.67. So we're looking for that rejection to happen right here. Oh, my bad. Right here. Once it tap into it, look for them shorts back down to 606. See if you can close inside at 606 to keep dropping even further down to 602. Possibly all the way back down to break that low at 593. For the bulls, on the other hand, give me 1 second. For the bulls, on the other hand, since we did close green, hey, it's looking for some type of high. Is it going to be a higher high or is it going to be a lower high? But for the bulls, hey, you're looking for what? Either come back down and retest 606. We look for that uptrend to keep going higher. up to 610, possibly up to 614, eventually to that 617 level, or looking for the longs above the 610.73 level, take it up to 614, possibly up to that 617 level. Okay, so we did close green. Hey, did close green. So right now the Bulls are in control, but technically overall trend right now on this most recent session is bearish. So like we said, the first red candle can lead us to that downtrend. But we're going to go based off the last recent daily candle, which is green. We're going to follow the Bulls for right now, okay? Until we get to that daily gap at 610, okay? So like we said, what we're looking for, uptrend off of this daily gap at 606.70, okay? So we can get a long off of there to take up to 610 and see how the market react. Now I will say be kind of light with these QQQ positions, just because honestly for me, this is, if it's any time to be neutral, this is where you should be neutral with QQQ. Because literally, like we said, for the bears on a daily, the 610 level is a perfect spot for a rejection to, lead back this downtrend. But then also for the bulls, we got 3-4 days of green candles. You potentially trying to go break that downtrend at that 617 level to go ahead and make an uptrend. Okay, or at least break the downtrend to make a higher high. So I'm gonna say be pretty careful, but we're gonna follow the last recent daily candle, which was green. So we're gonna say, hey, we still gonna follow the longs until we finally start getting that red daily candle. Okay. So that is what we are looking for. And then like we said, if we above at 610, the 610.58 level, if we get an uptrend inside there, we look to take it up to 614. Okay. Jumping over to M&Q. M&Q. We got all kind of lines on here. I need to remove some of this stuff. All kind of stuff on here. And that's why I always tell y'all with M&Q, boy, you gonna have so many dang gaps to mark out. Cause M&Q just gap city. That's all it does is just gap everywhere. That's all you gonna keep seeing is gaps. Now y'all see how many daily gaps we got marked out on M&Q. Alright. Alright, let's go check out the monthly real quick. Move the drawings. Ooh, this monthly potentially trying to set up to be strong bearish, man. We got high, then we got a low, then we got a high, then this potentially can lead us to that lower low. We get that lower low, that's clear as day downtrend. Next target ain't until the daily gap at 23,084, basically. Really just straight smooth sailing once it break. If we can make a lower low, and especially if we can close below 24,153.50. Closer below that, man, I'm almost, I ain't gonna say 100% because hey, this is not financial advice, my bad. But I'm almost sure we going to that 23,080s level around here. Okay. Because that's low, high, lower low. So that'd be a low, lower high, lower low. Okay. Downtrend, clear as day. Potentially. Right now it's not. It's just a red candle. And we still got 4 days. It very well could push back green. So we gotta see what it's gonna do. But biggest thing, if it breaks below that 24,153.50 level, I'm kinda leaning towards the bears once we get there. Alright. We had the weekly, we end up closing green. Okay. Did close green. We got high, low. So we got higher high, lower low. Then higher high right here. Well, higher, a high right here. I'm gonna say that because it ain't higher than that high, but it's higher than these previous highs. High then the low. Yeah, we just consolidating right now. Just consolidating on that weekly. Going to the daily, this is where we do our analysis. So like we said, we consolidating right now. We had high, low. Didn't make a higher high and a lower low at the same time. Yeah, it did. Made a higher high and a low. No, it made a higher high and a higher low. Same on one candle. Yeah, it's just super indecisive right now. So we made a higher high with this candle, and this made our low too. This M and Q is super indecisive. So I marked out the high and the low of this candle right here. This most recent candle we had, this Friday candle, because it made us our higher high, and it made us our higher low. So I'm looking for market to stay above 24,677 and give us that cross above 25,139.75 if we want to keep this uptrend. Okay. But looking for, like we said, look for that our buys, not trying to pay attention to this red candle that we currently see. Friday we ended up closing green, made a higher high. We failed to close above the high, the previous high. We did take the high, but we failed to close above it. So what does that sign for us? We know what we're gonna have some type of pullback before trying to go back up to retest. By us knowing we're gonna have some type of pullback, we would expect a pullback back down to the daily gap at 24,904 and look for a potential bounce off of here to go back up to that 25,139 level. We do have another daily gap down here that of course it could try to come down to, but I believe if we come down to this gap at 24,748.50, we're gonna consolidate for a little while. That's what I think. Consolidate for a little while before we decide to either go up or down. So I would definitely love to see the bounce happen at 24,904 if we're gonna be bullish. Okay. Because we got high, low, higher high. Yeah. That's what I'll be looking for. Pink line there. So let's go down to the hourly and put that drawing tool on there. Like we said, we look for the longs above that 24,904 level. We need an uptrend to form above it. Then we'll be looking to take it up to that 25,139 level, the previous high. Alright. Then let's check out NYM. Going to that monthly first. Monthly NYM. It's green, bullish. NYM been bullish this whole time, man. We got higher high, higher low, higher high. Look like market trying to see if we can close above its previous high of 49,291. Right now we're currently above it, but we gotta see can we close above it. Can we close above it though for that monthly, for that continuation? Looking at the weekly, we end up closing green. We got high, low, higher, high, low. See if we gonna have to push pretty hard if we don't want to make this lower low. It's okay if we sweep this low down here on this red weekly candle at 49,154 as long as we end up closing back green. If we end up closing red, then that'd be a low, high, lower low for a downtrend to lead us down to these lows at 48,505. So I think I'm gonna be really paying attention to this weekly. That's gonna be a key level right here for me. 49,154. We gotta stay above it. If we don't stay above it and they want to be bullish, it's gonna have to push all the way back up to a green candle. Okay. So we're going to that daily. Put our drawing tools back on. Looking at this daily. Yeah, let's put an alert here. That's that level I was telling you about, 49,154. I just need to know when it's crossing down. Okay, so we get down there. one or two things gotta happen. Either we stay underneath here for the whole week to go ahead and keep that downtrend going, or it's gonna have to push all the way back up, at least back up to 49,645 to keep us green. All right, but looking at this daily, we got a higher high, then we just got a low, then we got a high, then we got another low. So we consolidating right here. Consolidation right here. Last solidified level at 48,531. Target level is 50,609. So what we looking for? Honestly, we just looking for a dang uptrend to start forming on the daily. That's really what we was looking for. Is an uptrend to form on the daily. Without taking out that 48,531. Okay, so we only got two gaps, so either gonna have, I mean, we got more than two gaps. We got 1, 2, 3 gaps, but there's two gaps left, because this gap above us before we get down to our solidified level. So we either need to start bouncing here at the gap is at 49,423 up there, or it need to come bounce down here at 49,095. Honestly, I don't want it to go down there if I'm looking to be bullish, because that's gonna end up breaking our weekly low. But like we said, it's still fine if it break the weekly low, because then all it just means is, hey, it's gonna have to push all the way back up to end up closing green for the weekly. So that's what we're gonna put our long position tools on the hourly. That's what we're gonna be looking for our trades. Like we said, either at this daily gap here at this 49,000, basically 30 area. Look for the longs there. We're gonna take out previous highs, or go to the next daily gap. And then we also look for longs potentially down here off this daily gap. It's 49,095. Okay. And I'll be looking for it to go back to the counter opening, which was up here. So, all right. That's MYM for us. Gold. We'll check. Should we check out gold? I ain't been on gold in a while. We'll look at gold tomorrow. We'll look at gold tomorrow. I'm gonna end it here because we did start the stream late, and I do got to get some rest. So we're gonna end it right here. We did MYM, MNQ, SPY, and QQQ. We're gonna end it right here for now, and then tomorrow I will promise you, y'all, I will have stocks. We do the stocks, and we'll do gold. Okay. So y'all have a good one. Y'all trade safe and have a good week. Your boy Keith is out.